Hi, Bob Morrow from Email Homes again. One of the things we specialize on this site is second suites. Now what that is the ability for a homeowner to legally build a basement suite in their home. Now it doesn't have to be the basement, it could be a loft or wherever else you have room. In years gone by, we used to call these in-law suites, and it was for the in-law or for teenagers, whatever, and as long as that's how you used it, it was okay. But of course, as things go on, investors would buy homes and put people upstairs and downstairs and, doing an illegal duplex. So the government of Ontario to solve two problems. The first one being that the homes weren't affordable. People couldn't afford to buy a house anymore. And secondly, that there weren't enough places for people to live in town. They decided that it was now going to be okay for homeowners to build suites as long as they did it legally. Now, how do you do it legally? Most of that is fire code, safety code, things like that. And if you look at some of the other videos in our second suite section, you'll see all the things that we touch on to make sure that you know how this is supposed to be done. The key to do the second suites is to do it legally, because the city is making it easier and easier to do, and it's not as expensive as you might think. This house, for example, has 3 suites in it. So it's basically a triplex. Now, when we purchased it for my investor, it wasn't legally that way. So we went to the city, asked them to come out and inspect it, tell us what we needed to do, and we did it, and now we have 3 amazing suites, and it's all perfectly legal. This is on the mountain in a place you probably wouldn't see many homes like this, but it's perfectly legal. What did it cost? For 3 suites, it cost just over $50,000. Now, if you think about that, this used to be a 3-bedroom home. It's now 3 separate apartments bringing in 3 separate incomes, and it's perfectly legal, and everything's safe, and everything's up to code, and it only cost $50,000. The house itself didn't cost any much more than $300,000 at the time. So if you look at it that way, you'll see that the investor is making a good amount of money here. And he could have done it cheaper. He didn't have to insulate for fire and all that. Of course, he would be liable if something went wrong, but he could have done it for maybe $30,000. But that extra $20,000 is going to make everything legal, and there's no way that anybody can stop him from doing this. And this is happening all over the city. And we're getting investors coming from all over the place doing this because Hamilton is still one of the top-ranked Canadian cities for investing. So if you want to know more about second suites, we've got a ton of videos. Just look at the ones, and if we can't answer any of your questions, please just go to the box over there and put in your email, ask the question, and I'll answer it as quickly as I can. We spend a lot of time with the city of Hamilton and know most of the rules and regulations involved.